folks, Phil here with Phil's DIY. I'm bringing you another video. This one is the replacement of our pool filter, which we had a very old one that was a DE powder type of a filter. And it was getting to a point where the cost of the powder was getting high, and Los Angeles is not allowing you to actually freely dump it into the alley or into the street or whatever. So it was getting dumped into our yard, and I didn't like the fact that all this DE powder was getting mixed in with our soil. So I went ahead and ordered a new cartridge type filter, because not only the DE issue, but the old cartridge housing was developing a small crack around the rim. So anyway, I got this new filter. It's a Pentair Clean and Clear RP, and that RP stands for raised port, and you'll see what that means in the video later. And it turned out pretty good. The only caution I have for you is that I read in the online warranty section of Pentair that this product requires the installation to be done by one of their certified pool guys. I don't know exactly what's involved in that, but I did it myself, so I was not able to register this filter on the Pentair website because I couldn't put in a certified pool guy's name. But anyway, I don't know whether that actually is going to affect any warranty issues later on. But given that this filter does not have any moving parts, I can't imagine what kind of warranty issues I might have. So I went ahead and did it. But just be aware that if you decide to do something like this on your own, then you do have a warranty issue that you may or may not encounter. So anyway, with that, please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what I'm doing, and don't forget to subscribe, that button in the corner there, and let's get to the video. Thanks.
I'm going to be replacing this filter today with a cartridge type filter. I have to reconfigure some of this piping. For example, this is going to have to change because the new filter has an inlet about halfway up the body.
Take the top of this filter housing off.
Show you the reason I'm replacing, one of the reasons that I'm replacing it is that there are these hairline cracks that are forming right along the rim there, right there, and eventually they'll just give up, and then I'll spring a big leak. So that's part of the reason for this change. The other is that I want to get away from using that DE powder. Those are the filter elements in there. I've got the filter housing drain cover open. I'm going to just cut this pipe down here so that I can move this whole thing out of the way. Let's see, better to cut here. And the other one, there's a union, I think. So that should come off by hand. So I got the union off. So I can move this guy out of the way now. Oops. I'll just put it off to the side there. Still a lot of gurgling going on there. I think it's whatever was left inside the heater that's leaking out. Next, I'm going
going to cut part of this off, this piece here. I think I will cut it at the top here so that I have plenty of space to cut down to fit the new filter. This is the outlet of the pump. Next, take up this pipe that's currently connected to the into the heater. So I disconnected the outlet of the filter from the inlet of the pump or the heater, and I think I'm going to cut this part right here and get it ready to accept whatever new connection I have to make in there. Out without cutting? And the answer is I do not think so. Okay, we're gonna have to cut, looks like, I think I'll cut it here and leave a section of the copper. Okay, so I cut another piece off here. It should be enough for me to work this guy out. There we go. That's it. So this is the new filter. It's a Pentair RP Clean and Clear. The RP stands for raised port. So this is the inlet. They say that the design is such that when it goes in here, it flows and covers the filter element, the cartridge, much more efficiently, and they claim this is the most efficient filter on the market right now. So that's the inlet. I'm gonna cut the one-way check valve that I had in my previous setup so that it sits right here, and it's going to go from the pump outlet into the inlet here. But before I do that, I have to mark holes, or mark the concrete down below. I want to drill holes to put in securing bolts, because this is kind of narrow, and I don't want it to accidentally get knocked and then fall over, and then that'll break all the piping and everything. I mean, we just don't want to go there, right? I'm going to be securing the filter down to the concrete using these wedge anchors. I happen to have a whole box full of them. 3/8 diameter, 3 3/4 long, and I'm going to be using a hammer drill to drill into the concrete. And I'm going to drill 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. I've got them marked with a pencil, and I'm just going to drill down deep enough to set this anchor, and then I have to drill the holes out from there, because these are a little bit smaller than 3/8 inch. It might fit, but I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger. I have my hammer drill. I've put a piece of tape where I want to stop drilling, but I also have the safety stopper attachment that I'm going to use as well, so I'm going to have a double safety. I've got the holes enlarged at the base of this thing. I'm ready to put that into place.
Okay. I finally got it seated. I had drilled one hole in the wrong spot. I don't know how that happened. I intended to drill it right here, but I ended up drilling it in an odd spot on the other side. Didn't even line up with the hole, so I don't know what happened. I must have seen a spot here and just thought that was the mark that I had made. But so I decided I'm not going to use a third one. I'll just use 3. And so I cut this one off with my grinder cutoff tool. The other bolt is here. Now I can put the nuts down on it, and then I'll finish off. This is the outtake or output from the filter, and this is a 1.5-inch drain. It came with a plug in it, and you're supposed to just undo the plug to drain it. But I decided I'm going to put in a 45-degree coupling and bring it out this way with a valve on it. I'm going to have a valve right here, and the drainage will come out right to here, because I have a drain right here that goes out to the alley. So I'm going to do it that way. So this one is part of the union for the inlet into the new filter. It's designed so that you only need to hand tighten the nut, and supposedly it'll keep an airtight or watertight seal. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that to this part, which is the output of the one-way check valve. Then I'm going to cut this and adjust the length of this as needed to fit the distance between the filter and the pump. This is going to go in this way into the filter. Well, I finished my filter installation, and here's how it looks. So from the pump, it comes out, and I used one 45-degree here and through the check valve and into the inlet port filter. On the outlet side, it comes up this way and scoop that out that way into the inlet of the heater. Okay. So all of this is new. This pipe there is new. This setup I redid from the previous configuration. And then for the drain fittings, right here, the factory had supplied a plug, a screw-in plug here. What I decided to do was I wanted to be able to connect a hose to the end of this, or just let it flow right out. And so I installed an adapter. We put in an elbow, a valve, so that I don't have to unscrew anything. This is just a ball valve. And then has a discharge outlet here. Now I can either put a 1.5-inch to hose adapter here so that I can take it out to some other part of the yard, or I can just let it discharge right into here, because I have right here a drain going out to the alley. So that's it, folks. But anyway, here's the valve, the pressure gauge. This is the air pressure relief valve. And just turn it to release the pressure. And that's it.